Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
Welcome back, everybody. It is something that many of us suffer from, and when it happens to you, it's almost debilitating and crippling, the feeling. I'm talking about a migraine headache. A lot of times it comes out of nowhere. A lot of times it hasn't been diagnosed. Many doctors can't figure out why many of us have these migraines, but they exist. And instead of taking some kind of pain reliever, how about trying something different like acupuncture? It helps millions of people every year with acupuncture and migraine headaches. And we've got somebody that specializes in that out of New York City. Dr. Kelly joins us here on the program. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good, Steve. How are you doing?
Very well, very well. And I'm hearing more and more on acupuncture supporting people with migraine headaches. How about we go to the basics on migraines? I know there can be lots of different causes, but for the most part, what typically is causing a migraine headache?
Yes, actually, I do have several patients coming in for migraine headache. Like yesterday, a young patient, like 20-something, came in and said, Dr. Kelly, I didn't have a good sleep. Now I'm having a migraine headache. It's really bothering me. I cannot even work. So I come to you. Can you help me? I said, yes. So usually migraine headache is only on one side, right? I used to have migraine headache almost every week.
Wow.
It's horrible. And I know I have liver qi stagnation. That's my condition. That's the major cause. So basically, it's the stress, anxiety causes the migraine headache. Like, for example, when I went to school, when I was in school learning Chinese medicine, I worry about quiz, I worry about the test, I worry about showing up on time. So that actually give me migraine headache, which, shouldn't be, right? We're studying Chinese medicine, we learn how to be healthy, but study itself somehow causes the stress, anxiety, then give me migraine headache, which is horrible. But the good thing is after I finish school, I don't have migraine headache anymore. Of course, I also treat myself, use acupuncture. So in general, acupuncture can release the stress. That's why acupuncture can help about the migraine headache.
So when you had them, you described something, it sounded like chi was an issue, and we talked about chi before, basically a positive flow of energy, as I understand it. Tell us a little bit more about what was going on for you.
So when I have stress, right, I worry about, for example, if I worry about, will I do good on this test? Will I pass it? Will I be on time for the class? Sometimes that cause stress, cause anxiety to me. Then that anxiety made the headache happen. So basically in Chinese medicine, when you worry about something, when you are stressful, then your liver qi just stagnate. Your qi cannot move. So you see our head in Chinese medicine, that's the most young part because it's on the top of our body. So the blood actually, if you think about it in the Western medicine way, the blood is harder to pump, go to the head because it's far away, it's on the top. So when the blood cannot pump to the head, so that will give us headache.
So it's, I'm learning something here today, I got to tell you. So it's the lack of proper blood flow to the brain and the head that's causing the migraine?
Yes. Wow. So the blood just cannot flow to the head. So it's kind of like stuck, like going, but stuck over there. That's why we have headache. So when we do acupuncture, I usually put some needle like on the top of the head. That's called 度20. That's the point. Or in Chinese medicine, we call it 百会. 百 means 100, 会 means meeting. So basically, simply you can understand in this way. 100 acupuncture points meeting over here on the top of the head. So it's a very tonifying point, basically give you a lot of energy. So that point I usually use for headache. That's the one on the top. We also call it the most young point because it's the top point on our head. Then I also use some points, for example, like on the hand, we call it like liver valve, LI valve. So in Chinese pinyin, we call it 合谷. And there's similar point on the foot, just between the big toe and the second toe, very similar place, location. So LI valve and the liver 3 on the foot. So 1 point on the left hand, 1 point on the right hand, 1 point on the left foot, 1 point on the right foot. So like 4, right? 4 points we call it 4 gates. It's like 4 gates open up. Your qi started to move in your body. That's how we treat the headache. So when your qi starts to move in your body, then the blood not gonna stuck over there. That's how the headache gone.
Is it reasonable to think that somebody is having a migraine headache because of stress, and what's actually going on is the blood is addressing other areas of the body because of the stress, and that means that there's less blood flow to the brain?
Well, in general, to the brain, it's harder to pump because it's on the top, right? So to the lower body, it's a little bit easier. Just think about the gravity, right?
Sure. And why is it during a somebody's migraine? Well, for example, why does somebody not have a migraine and then somebody else has one? So the blood is not getting to the brain, but what is preventing it from pumping adequate amount of blood to the brain? Is the blood going in other areas of the body to support the stress at that time?
Oh, so very good point, Steve. Yes, so usually for people who prone to migraine headache, like me, myself, I used to, not anymore. My body, my constitution just kind of like have a liver qi stagnation. So for people like me, we just like to worry, like to overthinking, like to be stressful. Not like, I mean, just in general, we are more like worry about something, right? For other people, they may don't even care or they don't worry about too much. When you worry, so that will slow down the qi. So when you worry about something, it's like think about like some people cannot even breathe. That's why some people say, keep breathing. When you worry about too much, you kind of like stop breathing even. When you stop breathing, not literally stop breathing, right? You just slow down or you just kind of like don't have a deep breathing, right?
Sure.
So your qi cannot really reach to your body, to the, everywhere. Because the worrying, it kind of like, you make your qi kind of like stuck somewhere. That's why causes the migraine headache.
So using Chinese medicine, acupuncture, how is that freeing up or increasing the blood flow?
So in Chinese medicine, we call, we mention a lot about the qi and blood. So we call the qi is the command of blood. The qi kind of telling the blood, go. You go to the head, you go to the foot, you go to the arm, you go to the heart. So when you have a liver qi stagnation, when you have stress, kind of like the command cannot really make the blood work. The command kind of like don't even know how to tell the blood to go. That's why the blood cannot go to the brain. You're like overthinking, you're stuck kind of like in the middle in your heart. You're like overthinking, oh, will I pass the test? Or will I, finish this job by deadline? So that's why, like you said, because your qi is kind of like put somewhere like in your heart, overthinking, it cannot go to brain. That's why your brain missing the qi and the blood over there. That's why you have a headache, because it's kind of like the blood just cannot go because it's over here. It's stuck in the middle.
So when you do acupuncture, you're freeing it up. Where are you actually putting in the needle for somebody that has a migraine, or can it be in different spots?
Yes, so usually I use there are a lot of points according to the patient's constitution, but the major one is the one on the top, do 20 by way. And sometimes I put some points over here, just on the side. And sometimes, RF4 I mentioned, 合谷, and the one on the foot, liver 3. And also there is another good one also on the foot called gallbladder 41. That's another good one for the migraine headache because it's gallbladder. So migraine usually related with liver gallbladder because it's like 少阳 channel. It's on one side usually, either on the left or on the right. I usually on the left, almost 100 times only on the left. So 少阳 channel is only on one side. That's why when people have only one side problem, that's usually related with liver, gallbladder, or something. So there are point on the foot, there are point on the hand. There is also very good points on the bottom of the foot, but it is a little bit painful because kidney 1. So it's on the bottom of the foot, like is if you look at my hand, it's basically similar location, but it's on the foot. It's a little bit painful because on the foot and on the bottom, we don't have much muscle over there. That's why all the points on the hand or on the feet are a little bit more sensitive. But it is very good, effective for the headache because it can like pull the qi down. You start over there, pull it down, so you will have a release.
When somebody comes before you, Dr. Kelly, and they've got a migraine and it's been going on for quite some time, maybe it's chronic, how do you determine what's causing it? Because we talked about gallbladder, spleen, stress, and all of that. How do you evaluate somebody and then know where to do the acupuncture?
So usually I look at their tongue, right? So people who have liver qi stagnation usually on the edge of the tongue usually red. So if you look at that's the whole tongue body, right? But if you look at the edge, that's usually redder. The color is like darker compared with the tongue body. That's the one of the sign we can use to help us decide, oh, this person have liver qi stagnation or not. Also, we can check the pulse. So if you check the patient's pulse on the left hand, so at the middle, like we usually use the 3 finger to check patient's pulse. So the middle finger, that's the guan position, which is the liver position. You will feel the pulse is very tight, like very like the guitar string. If you play guitar, the string is very tight, right? Like we call the very pulse. You can feel it. In that way, we know, oh, this person's headache because the liver qi stagnation. That's caused by the liver. So that's why we can, also we can ask patients, are you worried about something? Are you stressed about something? And what time do you go to sleep? Usually a lot of patients say, oh, I went to sleep late. I talk about a lot about, 12 to 1 a.m. is gallbladder time. 1 to 3 a.m. is liver time. So that's why I suggest my patients go to sleep no later than 11. So I myself even go to sleep early like that, and no later than 10 to myself. But to my patients, I give them a little bit, more time because, everybody has so many things to do. I said no later than 11.
I got to tell you, one thing I've learned from you, one of many things, is the tongue. This is how you diagnose. One of the first things you look at is the tongue, and it seems to very much come back to that serrated edge on both sides of the tongue. Almost the best way, as you describe it, looks like somebody. It has teeth marks. Really, not teeth marks, but it has that look to it. That apparently, and I'm wondering about your feedback on this. is a major diagnostic tool, if you will, in Chinese medicine. That's what it sounded like. The tongue tells a lot.
Yes, and also, I mean, patients, anybody, you can just look in the mirror, look at your tongue. Some people, they like to sweep off their tongue, they brush off. I said, don't come in so I can see the tongue color, the cold color, because even the cold color can also tell me something about how healthy your organ is, or do you have any problem about your organ, right? Because the tongue cold, if it's like yellow, that can tell us you have some internal heat. So that's why the tongue coat is yellow. A healthy tongue coat should be like thin and wet coating. That's a naturally healthy tongue coat. But if you say it's very thick, that's not healthy. Means, you ate something, but you couldn't digest, your spleen is weak. That's why you have a like thicker coating. If the color is white, means, you have some cold or spleen qi deficiency. If the coat is yellow, which means you have some internal heat, let's turn the coating from white to yellow.
Is it reasonable to think that the color of the tongue, the condition of the tongue can change depending on how you're feeling, what you ate, all of that?
Exactly, Steve. You are absolutely right. Like what you're eating, how healthy you are, like even what time did you go to sleep, that can all show up on the tongue. That is why every time a patient come in, I usually check their tongue, check their pulse. So that's the indication of you're healthy or not.
So when you work with somebody to relieve acupuncture challenges, how long does it take? Could somebody feel relief from a migraine in one visit?
So yesterday, the patient, I put in the needle for half an hour. So he said he felt relieved, like 70%. So then I gave him extra 15 minutes. He said it's basically gone. So that's how long it take, about half an hour or 45 minutes.
And in terms of follow-up, does somebody or should somebody continue to go um, just to keep their chi in check?
Yes, you are absolutely right. So usually patients usually come to me and say, Dr. Kelly, I feel good now. How often should I see you? I said, even your condition is good now, you feel better, but just to keep you in balance, right? Chinese medicine always talk about balance. So because every day, we have stress, we have anxiety from work or family, whatever. We put stress on our body, we make our liver qi stagnant. So to help you in balance, acupuncture can do that. So come in at least once a week. So we will move your liver qi, soothe your liver qi, so make your liver qi not stagnant. And if you didn't have good sleep, we can tonify your blood, so tonify your yin, so you're not off balance. That's why I suggest patients come in once a week. Actually, like I talk about my 70 years old patient, he's very healthy, but he's still coming in every week just to be in balance. And he's very happy. He said every time when he comes in, he had better sleep. I mean, his sleep is good, but after the treatment, he even has better sleep and he feel more balanced. So if you want to be healthy, I mean, coming, once a week, if you are off balance, we pull you back to balance. If you are already in balance, we can make you, even healthier just to move the qi, move the blood, tonify you, because everyone after 30 years old, we started to lose qi and blood, right? We like the balloon, some air started to leaking. So when you do acupuncture, we basically put the qi back to the balloon. You are like full bloom again.
When was the last time that you had a migraine?
I couldn't remember, to be honest. It's
Wow.
it's a pretty long time. Yeah.
And how often do you do acupuncture you on yourself. Actually, let me ask that question first. Can you do acupuncture on yourself?
Yes, actually, I try to do it on myself every day, but that's not practical because it takes time. For example, when I do acupuncture on myself, I usually do on the head, do on my face for facial rejuvenation, and do on the body. So for the face, I have to look in the mirror, right? It's so let's take a longer time. So it's not practical to do it every day, but I try to do it at least once a week. And I think it is very helpful. Like migraine, I don't have it anymore. I don't even remember the last time I
Wow.
had it.
And now I see it. Like we've talked before how acupuncture is like Botox, for facial rejuvenation. But I'm getting it now. It's reverse when you're looking in the mirror, so it takes longer for you to hit the target points. I would imagine if you're doing it on yourself.
Yes. So every time when I do acupuncture on myself, it takes like about an hour to put in and finish. So that depends. Do I have time or not? If I do have time, actually, I do want to do it every day because I can see the results. I literally see like my eye, kind of like bigger now, and my face more lifting. So it is really good because acupuncture basically move your qi, move your blood, tonify qi and blood. Basically, nothing bad, no side effect. That's why I suggest the patient come in. If you want to be healthy, you don't want to take a pill, right? Like a lot of people, like in America, even younger than 60, they take some pill for high blood pressure, some pill for diabetes, whatever, which, is not a good thing because medicine has a lot of side effects. But if you want to come in, I can treat your high blood pressure. Like yesterday, I had a new patient for facial rejuvenation. She said, Dr. Kelly, I also have high blood pressure. I said, yes, I can treat your high blood pressure. She also said, I have fibroid. Can you also treat that? I said, yes. So she came in for facial rejuvenation, but actually I treated her whole body.
Wow.
So in that way, you're not only get a facial rejuvenation, but you get like whole body treated.
Would you say the main focus of acupuncture is to increase blood flow? That's really what's going on here overall.
That's one of the function.
Okay.
It can also tonify. Like for example, people don't have enough qi and blood. For example, people very weak. They have a shortness of breath. They always feel tired. Their face is like pale. Their tongue is pale. If you check their pulse, it's very weak. Like doesn't have volume even. So which means this person is very deficient. In this way, we can tonify the qi and blood. We can like make you have more qi and blood. So move qi and blood is one of the function of acupuncture, but tonify you, give you more qi and blood is another major function.
Learned a lot today. Gotta tell you, we've talked before, and you're great at breaking this all down for us. But today, for me, crystallized it in terms of what's going on, and fascinating how you can do acupuncture on yourself. It takes a little bit longer, depending on the target point. You're located in New York, and you support with acupuncture. Obviously, that's you have to be on site. Somebody has to come and see you for that. But there's lots of other modalities that you can support, even virtually. Herbals, consultation, and all of that. What's your website, Kelly? How does somebody find you?
It's www.kelly121acupuncture.com. And they also can call me at 347-885-1865. So they can have different way to contact me.
Sure. Thank you very much for today. Thank you for all the insight. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Steve.
Thank you. We'll be right back.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.